Living in a country with high taxes, like the US or Australia, you might wonder how countries with no income tax manage their money. Well, it's pretty simple. They rely on other ways to make money. Let's take a look at two US states without state income taxes: Alaska and Nevada. Alaska makes a ton of money from oil, about 90% of its income actually. They even share this oil money with their residents. A family of 4 in Alaska gets around $13,000 a year from this. With all this money coming in, Alaska doesn't need to charge income tax. It's the same deal for oil-rich countries like Oman and Qatar. Now, Nevada doesn't have much oil, but it makes a lot of money from tourism. This tourism cash is enough to run the government without needing an income tax. Countries like the Bahamas and Maldives also rely on tourism to keep the government running, and that's why they don't have income tax either. Right now, there are about 15 countries without income tax. Some of them might not be easy to move to, and not all of them are great places to live. If you want to know more about places where you can live without paying taxes, check out this video. Number 1. The Bahamas. Being one of the world's favorite vacation spots, it's no surprise that the Bahamas doesn't rely on income tax to cover its expenses. With its breathtaking beaches and booming economy, the Bahamas stands out as a top choice for living tax-free. Setting up a second home there isn't overly complicated, but it does require some cash. You can snag a temporary residence permit by paying $1,000 at the immigration office, and you can renew it each year. Lately, though, the Bahamas has gotten stricter with foreign residents who only hold temporary permits without investing. To secure long-term stay, you'll need to invest in property worth at least $750,000 for a shot at permanent residency. Generally, the more you invest, the better your chances with immigration. While permanent residency mostly depends on your investment, citizenship is a different ballgame. The Bahamas has talked about launching a costly citizenship by investment program, but it hasn't happened yet. Living in the Bahamas means minimal taxes, but you'll need to fork out a hefty sum. However, in the grand scheme of things, it might be worth it to enjoy a tax-free life while soaking up the sun on the beach. Number 2. Bahrain. Bahrain was among the pioneering states in the Persian Gulf to strike oil within its borders. This discovery propelled it into the ranks of the wealthiest nations globally, and it's one of the few countries without income tax. Living there is relatively straightforward. However, like many other Gulf states, Bahrain poses challenges for obtaining permanent residency. To secure permanent residency, you must either be retired, invest $530,000 in property, or earn a minimum salary of $10,600. While attaining permanent residency is feasible in Bahrain, obtaining citizenship is a different story. You'll need to reside in the country for 25 consecutive years and be proficient in Arabic. Bahrain could be an attractive option for those seeking tax-free permanent residency in the Gulf region, but don't bank on acquiring a second passport there. Number 3. Qatar. At first glance, Qatar might seem similar to its neighbors in the Persian Gulf. It's a small, affluent nation that owes its wealth to the oil industry. Despite its conservative culture, Qatar is rapidly modernizing, thanks to foreign investments. With its oil and gas revenue, the government manages without imposing income tax. But what sets Qatar apart is its exceptional level of development and its significant role in global politics. Despite its size, Qatar boasts one of the world's highest per capita income rates and is considered the most developed country in the Middle East. Notably, Qatar hosted the FIFA World Cup in 2022 and plays a distinctive role in global and regional affairs. In general, Qatar offers a peaceful and pleasant living environment, unlike its Gulf counterparts, and provides permanent residency for expatriates. However, like other tax-free countries, obtaining permanent residency as a foreigner can be challenging due to stringent requirements and limited legal expertise in this area. To qualify, you must have resided in Qatar for over 20 years and possess a strong command of Arabic. Number 4. Oman. Much like many other Middle Eastern nations, Oman thrives as a prosperous and enterprising country, powered by its oil and gas sector, eliminating the need for income tax. Despite its abundant reserves, Oman has actively diversified its economy and embraced new opportunities, presenting itself as an appealing alternative to the UAE for investors eyeing the Gulf region. Omani government even offers an investor residence visa online, though details like minimum investments remain elusive, and legal experts in Oman aren't specialized in this field. Similar to other affluent Middle Eastern countries, Oman isn't desperate for foreign investments, typically requiring expats to have a job or family ties for easy relocation. However, adjusting to life there can be significant, given Oman's conservative culture. For instance, procuring a personal liquor license from a local police station is necessary to purchase alcohol. While Oman stands out among tax-free countries, settling there for the long term is often a challenge. Number 5. Maldives. Imagine the dream of living in an overwater bungalow, all without worrying about income tax. Well, that dream can become a reality in the Maldives, a picturesque island nation in the Indian Ocean. With its abundance of luxurious resorts, the Maldives finds little need for income tax. However, while the idea of enjoying a tax-free life in the Maldives sounds enticing, making it a long-term reality is highly unlikely. To even apply for citizenship or permanent residency, one must be a Sunni Muslim. Even if you meet this requirement, the Maldives lacks any program for foreigners to obtain permanent residency, let alone citizenship. So, while you can bask in the luxury of places like the St. Regis without tax worries, relocating to the Maldives remains an impractical option for most individuals. Number 6. United Arab Emirates. According to the Index of Economic Freedom, the United Arab Emirates, or UAE, stands as the 24th freest economy globally and is top-ranked in the Middle East, North Africa region. This distinction owes much to its trade openness and low tax rates. Like its neighboring countries, the UAE reaps significant revenue from oil exports, enabling residents to enjoy a tax-free lifestyle. Moreover, compared to other Gulf nations, the UAE offers relatively straightforward living and investment opportunities. The UAE government actively promotes foreign investment, particularly in cities like Dubai, renowned for their entrepreneurial environment. The country boasts high standards of living, especially concerning safety and development. Despite its conservative nature, the UAE embraces multiculturalism and exhibits greater tolerance compared to some neighboring states. While the UAE lacks a permanent residence program for foreign investors, navigating its visa policies has become more manageable. Recently, the government introduced 10-year residence visas, easing long-term stay prospects. Feedback from lawyers and seasoned expatriates suggests that maintaining investments, staying clear of legal issues, and navigating bureaucracy allows for extended residency. As a global hub for trade and finance, the UAE stands out as one of the more attractive tax-free countries on this list. Number 7. Bermuda. In the North Atlantic Ocean lies the British territory renowned for its pink sand beaches and absence of income tax, Bermuda. However, it does impose a payroll tax. The key distinction is that employers are responsible for paying this tax, deducting 9.5% from their employees' salaries. If you're self-employed, you'll need to cover the payroll taxes yourself. With a population of only 62,000 residents, Bermuda doesn't offer any residence or citizenship by investment programs. Visitors to this welcoming island can stay for 3 to 6 months with a short-term permit visa. Alternatively, individuals can reside there with a work permit typically issued for 1 to 5 years, sometimes even longer. Number 8. Brunei. Situated on the Malaysian island of Borneo, Brunei, a tiny sultanate, relies on its oil wealth to forego income tax. However, unlike Bahrain or the Bahamas, living in Brunei is exceptionally challenging. The country isn't particularly welcoming to foreigners, and its government tends to be heavy-handed and authoritarian. I even encountered an expatriate who was afraid to converse with me due to local laws and policing practices. Securing permanent residence or citizenship in Brunei is virtually impossible unless one garners approval from the Sultan. Brunei serves as a stark reminder that countries without income tax don't always translate to havens of economic freedom. Number 9. St. Kitts and Nevis. If you're seeking a destination where obtaining tax-free citizenship is straightforward, consider St. Kitts and Nevis. Moreover, the cost of its citizenship by investment program is notably lower compared to other similar programs. You have two investment options to acquire the passport: either a donation of $150,000 to the Sustainable Growth Fund or investing a minimum of $400,000 in a government-approved real estate project. Number 10. Saudi Arabia. This country also operates without an income tax. However, it's essential to note that it does levy a 10% social security tax and a 15% indirect tax. The economy faced significant challenges due to the 2020 pandemic. The country relies heavily on oil and gas exports, enabling it to forego imposing various taxes. Approximately one-third of the country's population consists of foreigners. Companies in this nation often favor individuals from East Asia over Saudi Arabian nationals due to lower wages and perceived ease of employment. Private companies are required to pay an annual fee of $640. Number 11. Kuwait. Similar to many Gulf countries listed here, Kuwait relies on its substantial oil industry to forego income tax. Additionally, it stands out as one of the most expat-friendly nations globally. Foreigners constitute two-thirds of the population, and in my experience, Kuwait City boasts a highly Americanized environment, making navigation easy. However, attaining permanent residency typically necessitates having Kuwaiti relatives or securing formal employment within the country. Moreover, Kuwait doesn't exhibit significant demand for foreign investment, ruling out citizenship by investment. Consequently, establishing permanent residency in Kuwait's tax-free environment is exceedingly challenging, making it an unsuitable choice for tax planning. Number 12. Monaco. Monaco stands out as one of the world's premier tax-free destinations, attracting the European elite. Nestled on the stunning French Riviera, this luxurious country offers safety and opulence without imposing any income tax on its residents or citizens. Given its allure to high-income individuals who prefer tax-free environments, Monaco is likely to maintain its status among tax-free nations for the foreseeable future. Moreover, it's relatively easier to obtain citizenship compared to other tax-free countries. While demonstrating significant wealth, often requiring investments amounting to several $million is necessary to secure residency, the process itself is relatively straightforward. Monaco remains a popular choice for affluent expatriates, making the residency process more accessible. For those drawn to European sophistication over island living, embracing the tax-free lifestyle in Monaco could be an appealing option. Number 13. Vanuatu. Similar to many other island nations, Vanuatu relies on revenue from tourism to support its government. It also stands out as one of the rare countries with no taxes, offering a quick, easy, and relatively inexpensive route to obtaining a second passport. Following a devastating cyclone in 2015, Vanuatu reinstated its citizenship by investment program to aid in rebuilding efforts. Today, Vanuatu's citizenship by investment program is recognized as one of the simplest to navigate globally. The country has even started accepting Bitcoin as a form of investment currency. Moreover, the program costs considerably less than similar ones in the Caribbean, and its passport has gained strength over recent years. The primary drawback to Vanuatu is accessibility. While some affordable flights are available from major hubs like Kuala Lumpur, travel to Vanuatu is both time-consuming and costly. Nonetheless, given its reputation as one of the easiest countries for citizenship by investment with no taxes, the journey may well be worth the effort. Number 14. Naru. Naru, a small island nation in the southwest Pacific Ocean, earned the moniker Pleasant Island from European sailors. Regrettably, the reality doesn't quite match the name. Naru is primarily known for its controversial Australian-run detention camp for asylum seekers. While Nauru possesses many of the picturesque qualities typical of Pacific islands, its economy has been severely affected by phosphate mining, leading to its decline. Moreover, the island faces the threat of sinking into the Pacific Ocean due to rising sea levels. Consequently, Nauru is among the countries without taxes due to desperate attempts by the government to salvage its economy. If you're seeking a tranquil tax haven in the South Pacific, Nauru may not be your top choice. Number 15. Somalia. While Somalia might not be a place you'd want to visit anytime soon, it's important to know about countries with no income tax. Remember how I said not all of them are great for living? Somalia is definitely one of those not-so-great options. There are groups like Al-Shabaab that control big parts of the country, and there's a big humanitarian crisis too, with millions of people not having enough food. Aid groups struggle to help because they're worried about attacks in areas controlled by Al-Shabaab. The fighting between different clans is getting worse because of the drought, with Al-Shabaab making people pay more taxes and local clans fighting back. With all these conflicts going on, Somalia isn't a good choice if you're looking for a place without taxes. Also, as Somalia tries to pay back the money it owes to other countries, it might not stay tax-free for much longer. If you're tired of seeing a big chunk of your earnings vanish in taxes, the idea of moving to a tax-free country might sound appealing. But it's not as simple as it sounds. If you're a U.S. citizen, you still have to deal with taxes back home unless you give up your citizenship. Plus, your options for where to go and how long you can stay are limited. Gulf states often prefer expats with jobs over investors, and popular tourist spots usually require a hefty investment to settle there. Finding a place where you're treated well is key, but not many tax-free countries offer easy access. That's why I often suggest low-tax countries as a second home instead. Places like Malaysia, where you only pay taxes on income earned within the country, are much easier to move to. But if you're set on living in a tax-free paradise, you can buy citizenship in St. Kitts or Vanuatu with some planning and flexibility. With the right approach, living tax-free might just become a reality for you.